Good morning, friends, and welcome back. We are here again with the RATA initiative. I am Chetan Kidari from Pune RATA Committee. RATA, or Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Trades Association Limited, is one of the oldest association working for the development of air conditioning and refrigeration industry in India. Established in the year 1949, the association brings together people from the entire industry and gives them a central forum to help them accomplish their common goals of making progress and achieving success. RATA has a vision to make sure the HVAC and R trade presence is felt on national and international level, to recognize HVAC and R trade in the government bodies, to upgrade all MSMEs of the HVAC and R trade through various webinars that we have conducted and are continuously doing so. Continuing further in our journey, we have a very exciting topic tonight. Today, we are going to hear the 10 skill sets for sales. Let me introduce to our speaker today, a very dynamic personality, Mr. Vimal Chawda. Before going into the credentials of Vimalji, I would like to tell you that he is the go-to man for our Pune RATA team. He is the program chair and always the man available in times of help with all his expertise, knowledge, and infrastructure. He's an engineer from the instrumentation field from the Mumbai University. He is the national sales manager for Testo India Private Limited, a German manufacturer for portable and handheld instruments. He is also responsible for the dealer development in the organization. He has an all-round view of the sales process, including the marketing, lead nurturing, to conversion of leads in the organization. So let's welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Vimal Chawda. Over to you, Vimalji.
Thanks a lot, Chetan, for that long introduction. Dynamic and all those things. That's great. We all are a team and we work for the common agenda to bring the refrigeration people under one umbrella so that we all can work as a family, and that's the need of time, what I understand. So thanks a lot once again for the introduction, and welcome to everyone for today's session. We all are into sales, and we all in some way or the other are related to sales. Sales is something that people define to do it by chance, or they do it as a career choice. Why do I say something like this? There are specific people who think that sales is their forte and they really come into sales. And there are many people who come into sales by chance. So whenever I interview people and I have this question to them, why do you think that you are into sales? And I'm very astonished to listen to something like this, that sir, और कुछ नहीं मिला तो मैंने सोचा सेल्स ही कर लेते हैं. But that's not the way. Okay. Choice always enables us to tell the world who we are. So what we make choice is something that defines what we are to the world, and that creates your impression. But by the way, I personally feel, and I have heard a lot of speakers telling this, that we all have been into sale as a person all through our life. Do you believe this? We have been into sales all through our life. Think about it. When we were newborn, we sold away emotions to grab the attention of our parents. We wanted our parents hug. They want to pick us up and so on. We wanted it. We threw tantrums to tell them, inform them. We sold it through our emotions to grab the attention. When we were small, school-going kids, whenever we used to go to our granny's place or our loved one's place, we always used to sell some or the other story to get a sweet or a small pocket money, a gift from our loved ones. We did this. When we were young, we sold our aspiration to our father, to our parents, to get a particular college we wanted to go into, or a bike of our choice, or a cycle, or something like that. So we sold our aspirations that मैं ये कर दूंगा, ये हो जाएगा, आप साइकिल लेके दे देंगे तो मैं सब्जी लेके आ पाऊंगा, and all that. We have done something like this. It would be easy to get something. We sell something. When we were a teenager, we sold our skills to our college mates to become a young leader of their choice. So we did marketing, of ourselves. We sold our skills to get to that position of a leader. When we met our life partners, or in future, you would sell a lot of dreams to win her heart. In jovial language we talk about that मैं तुम्हारे लिए आसमान से तारे तोड़ लाऊंगा, बट हम ले नहीं आ पाते, बट हम लोग मार्केटिंग डेफिनेटली करते हैं कि मैं आपके लिए कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ, इसको इनडायरेक्टली हम लोग मैसेज देते हैं. At the same time, when we applied for a job, we sold a lot of our aspirations, what we can do, what we have strengths, and so on and so forth. We sold these things to our owner to get the job. So sales has been since we have born, and it has been with us together. So change the chance to your choice and get onto the sales shoes, because sales is something that everyone does in a way or not. Everyone has to do in some point or the other, and they can do it by choice. And as I mentioned, when you do it by choice, you have a different notion altogether. So there are many skills that a salesperson needs to possess, or if he doesn't have, he needs to develop this over a period of time to improve his sales, to get better with sales, and to increase his business. So let's go through some 10 skills that I think is the most important when we talk about sales or connecting to customers or getting business for your company in which you're working. Collaboration and customer relationship. This is something which is of importance, not just for internal but also external. Now in sales, we need a lot of people, we need a lot of resources to complete a sale. It's not just our buyers who are going to buy your product, but also your internal teams. If you are a distributor, you need your principals, you need the marketing team, and so on and so forth when you have to do a sale. So it's not just about you, but it's about a team. So you need a lot of collaboration, and a team player who can sell the customer's view to the internal team. They are more likely to achieve positive results. So for example, if we are into sale and we get an order, but we are not able to convey it right to our internal team, that boss, this is a very important project and I need the timelines, I need your support, and these are the customer's expectation, this is how it is to be designed, this is how it is to be put on the place, and we need to have this kind of efficiency. So unless and until we are able to communicate the customer's view to our internal teams, it becomes a bit difficult task. And collaboration and customer relationship makes it very important when we talk about sales. Coming to the next skill is about curiosity. A salesperson should always be curious about what is it for the customer. Now, normally when we talk about sales, the salesperson always has a pressure to do the sales, get the orders, get the money, and so on. But a successful salesperson should always be more interested in understanding the buyer's problems and his challenges. If you know the buyer's problems and what kind of challenges they are facing, and if you are able to link your product to as a solution to them, you have a much better chance of getting a sale done. The best salesperson asks apt question to the customer and allows the customer to speak so as to understand their challenges. So a best salesperson should ask the right question, allow the customer to give you maximum information so that you really are able to understand their challenges and provide your solutions, because every customer in today's world is trying to find a solution for his problems. No matter it's a washing machine that you're selling, it's an air conditioning unit you are selling a house, you are selling a car. Okay, there are specific challenges of the customer which you need to understand by asking them the right question. Answers to how, why, what will lead you to a good sale. But taking care that you are not just constantly asking questions, but you are taking a break, you are understanding your customer's requirement, you are talking about your solution, and that interests the customer to make a good sale. Next is about time management and planning. I know most of us are like time management. We speak about it every time. I hear about it every time, and time is constant for everyone. Uh, so I don't know how to manage time. But in sales, the best way for a salesperson is to have his plan, how many sales call he's going to make in a day, in a week, or for a month. If he is taking care of a bigger territory, in the month, how is he going to travel, where is he going to travel, which are their targeted customers in the area, and so on. So if he is doing a good planning, and if he is able to even execute up to 60 to 80% of the plan that is made, because you can have last moment challenges, that's for sure, you should be able to do the things well in time. When with customers, make the most of your and the customer's time. So don't waste time of your customers. Don't talk too long. Don't wait over there for too long, because you need to justify your time. So try to fix your appointment. See that your appointment is in time. Make the maximum use of the time that the customer has given you or you are spending for that customer. Be apt on the information based on what stage the case is. So every time when you're talking to a customer, you need not start every time anew. You can understand at what stage the particular case is, so you can have limited communication, put your point right, so you are into better time management than talking for too long and investing too much of time. If it's at the final stage, you know that you want to start about the negotiation, keep those points in mind and so on. But if you are at a very initial stage, then you need to check what does the customer need and so on, what products you need to bring in. Always as a good salesperson, have a plan B in place in case you need to shuffle your day-to-day activities. So if you have planned to meet a particular customer, but then he is entered into an audit or he has got into a last moment trouble, try to have your plan B in place, which can help you better managing your time or not wasting your time for that particular day, because for a salesperson, every time, every minute matters. In case you need to send information to the user, share it with their higher authority, send the information in time. What happens is, whenever we visit a particular customer, there is a heavy probability that we are talking to a person who has to put this thing forward to his management in a stipulated time. So if you have met this person, try and see you send the required information to them on the same day, so that it's fresh in his mind, and when he communicates to his management for an approval, he has everything fresh to speak. The more you delay it, you are losing the interest of the customer, the user. You are making him forget certain things which he does not remember, because he has got a lot of things to do. And at the same time, if the management does not get the information in the right time, you may not win the case forward. The next skill is about buyer research. Now, whenever we want to do a planned sales, we want to achieve a particular customer into our buying customer list, you need to do a bit of a research for that customer. The salesperson should always have enough research about the customer, his probable applications, problems he might be facing, and so on and so forth. For example, in our case, kind of things where we sell a lot of instruments which can go into different departments of the company, we need to understand what kind of customer he is. It's a cement plant, or it's a power plant, or it's a pharmaceutical company, or it's a air conditioning company building air conditioners. So we need to understand what kind of problems they might be facing, and we need to prepare our visit accordingly, meet the right person. Now, to meet the right person, you need to have information about the person. So try and find out the person using social media. In today's world, if I would speak about 10, 20 years back, it was very difficult to find out anything about a person. But in today's world, thank God, Google, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so many social media places, it's not very difficult to find who is at what position in a particular company. And you can even approach them through the social media and meet them. Oops, I'm sorry. The last slide first, sorry. So social media is something that can help you with the information from your CRM. Try to get information from similar customers or solutions what were given to their problems. References always help. So talk to your seniors, get information from your CRM, and meet the customer so that you can provide them the right solution, and you can also give them references of other customers. When you're in the meeting with the customer, detailing information, if you have to give any solution to the customer, you need to have the right information about the customer. So when you're asking questions to the customer, get the needed information. Say, for example, if someone is talking about, a simple thermometer to be said, we need to ask and understand what is the customer's application, what would be the temperature range, what would be his measuring frequency, and is there something more needed related to the accuracy part they are more in thing, or what's the problem they are facing, what is the challenge that they need the right thermometer. Once you have the information, note down the points which are discussed and repeat them at the end of the discussion, so that goes as a repetition to the customer. And once you acknowledge what you have understood, the customer is also through that, yes, this guy has understood what my problem is. The another most important part is when you're doing the detailing part, know your product and the technical suitability and the advantage. So you need to know which product fits into it. The technical suitability, for example, if someone is looking for a very fast response thermometer, then you need to select the right sensor for it. If someone is looking for a thermometer which can be permanently mounted, so you need to tell him that this can be permanently mounted either with a magnet or a Velcro kind of a probe, and that's an advantage for him, that he doesn't have to wait over there continuously holding the probe, saves his time. Very important, if you are able to carry, if you are doing something which is, I term it as a targeted sales call, always try and carry a sample or a demo unit to show its relevance. Seeing is believing is something that everyone says. And if you want to show it, you need to carry a sample and do it. In today's world, showing a sample has become much more easier. So if you even have a video on a YouTube, or if you're having a video on your PC, laptop, phone, just carry it, just show it to him. Let them see so they can believe it, is the point. As a salesperson, many people talk about, you should be technically sound, you should be this, but we see one challenge in current market is people have sometimes very limited skills about numeracy. So they fail many times in the commercial part of it. Now, when I say commercial, it does not just mean how much is the profitability, how much is the buying price, how much is the selling price, and so on and so forth. You need to understand what are the commercial terms with respect to the customer. So you have to build your proposal based on the information you have gained. So if you're working for an institute, you have a different commercial terms and conditions, you have different taxation system. If you're working for a SEZ, for example, you have different taxation system. If you're working with a government organization, you have a different taxation systems. They have sometimes limitation on buying. They need either a tender, or they need 3 quotes, and so on. Try to get as much as information so that you can give them the right proposal. Take care of all the possible costs which are involved. Many times there is transportation cost which is involved. There are sometimes packaging costs which are involved. So know about what kind of costs would be there. Get information from your customer, what is he expecting, so that you can add those costs into your offer accordingly. Knowing about, this is what I was just talking about. So knowing about your commercial costs, right from the cost of the equipment, installation, commissioning costs, maybe to the taxes, have your knowledge. So when you're talking to the customer, which could be the financial person in the group where you are discussing, you are able to very easily communicate about what kind of costs would be levied, or you at least have knowledge about what I need to understand about the taxation part and cost part from the people around there. If you are entering into a negotiation level, okay, normally what happens is, in Indian industry, or in in trading fraternity, or in industrial fraternity, or even companies like us, people always keep negotiations for the higher authorities, for very simple reason: they don't want to take a chance of losing the order and getting the blame on themselves. But a best salesperson, to my knowledge, he tries to get as much as empowerment to do the negotiation, because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your sales. You have your targets, and you need to know what best you can negotiate to have higher numbers on sales, so you, in shorter time, you can achieve more sales. So prepare well for your negotiations. Speak to your seniors or the owner to know your best limits, which areas of costs are mandatory, which areas you can lose some money or which can be negotiated out. Try to find out those things. Prepare yourself well before the negotiation, and then move on with confidence to the people. The best salesperson, this is again what I say, and most of the people in the market say, they don't give discounts, they sell more solutions. So selling by giving a discount is a very easy thing. But if you have understood the customer's application, you have understood the customer's problems, and you have given a solution to them, I am dead sure that the customer would focus more on the solution and negotiate comparatively less. For sure, there is a possibility that they would go into the market, they would research, uh, try to find out what is there against you in competition, and then try to give them a comparative that why you are better and how it would save otherwise cost of the customer, overall cost of the customer. It could be even time, as a matter of fact, most of the times. Presentation skills. Now, when again this topic comes into the picture, immediately the first thing comes out is like what I am doing today, a PowerPoint presentation. Now, presentation skills does not always mean PowerPoint presentations. Presentation skills is all about yourself, based on the discussions, from why the customer would need, showcase the features that would be a solution, and how it will increase the user efficiency. This is a presentation skill which you need. So it's not about showing an instrument, showing a presentation, PowerPoint presentation, but showcasing why your device, why your equipment, why your machine is the best solution for your customer, which would increase their efficiency, by which they would be saving costs. Carry the right kit, catalogs, samples, reference letters, etc. when you're going to the customer. These are part of the presentation. Always during the presentation, during the discussions, keep your customers engaged. Okay. Many times we find that when we are doing a PowerPoint presentation, we keep on speaking continuously, and many times the customers are asleep. So keep your sessions interactive. Ask questions in between, give them more time to speak, and then, understanding their problems, present your solutions, and they would be really interactive at that point in time. Whenever you're into presentation, whenever you're into discussions, do not overcommit. In case you need to get some information, politely convey to them and regret, sorry sir, I have some limited information on this, probably the feature that you are asking me, I need to get some more information, but I'll come back to you with the right information. In haste, during the presentation time or during the discussion time, if you throw any point which is wrong, the customer always tries to catch you on that particular point, which does not look good. So during your presentations, you need to take care of all these points. Communication skills. Again, when most of the times communication skills is talked about, it's everything. It is your verbal communication, how you're communicating. It's your written communication, how you are communicating back with your customer on email or text message, whatever. And for sure, your body language. Now, the body language is something that you need to have very right when you're talking to a customer, because Many purchase people or many technical heads, they are taught about body language, so they know exactly at what time you are nervous, and they can catch you at the neck at that point in time. So keep your body language under your control when it comes to communication. And this needs to be practiced on regular basis. Now this is something which is not you may find a lot of presentations. There are a lot of people who teach about this body language, verbal communication, how to stand and speak, and so on. But learning is not enough. You need to practice it regularly. And this can be done in our company, for example, or in my partner's company. We always tell them once in a week, have a practice session internal. This could be for your inside sales, for your outside sales, for everyone in the company, by which they learn how to speak, how to write, how to have your body language, what posture you should have, so that your confidence speaks by your body. Good communications can build meaningful relationships with the prospect, with the customers. Okay. And good communication sets expectations very clear, to gain information from the customers, understand their pain points, and give you a solution. So the expectations at both the ends of you getting information and them also gaining the information is very clear when you have very good and subtle communication skills. Always when you're visiting a customer, and you conclude, always after the visit, try, or rather I would push it a bit further, please send them a mail. Now this helps your prospect to recall the points that were discussed, and in case if there is anything pending, he can tell you that this was missed, probably you need to take care of this. Also, many a times, if there are certain things that you are expecting from the customer, probably he is supposed to send you a design layout, he is supposed to send you some technical specifications that you need, he is going to give you more information about the application that he has. A mail always bridges that gap. If you don't send a mail, please understand, you are not the only person who is doing the sale with that customer, and the customer is not doing just meeting you for the day and he is done. He is busy into a lot of things. So a mail post visit always helps you to bridge that communication and take it forward. Prospecting skills. Now this is something, again, this is very important. Whenever you are selling a particular product, you are introducing a particular product for a particular market, okay, find your market. Prospecting is always knowing about who are your customers, where are your customers, who are the key players in the market. So also knowing your competition, which can be, and who are the key customers in your area is very important. Enlist the possible opportunities with them. So if you are doing a multiple solution probability, so whenever you are prospecting, try to understand your customer and find out what solutions you can give them and what are the opportunities you can make with that customer. Just as an example, if you're talking about, say, a food industry and we are into refrigeration business, we know that for sure, since they're into perishable goods, we are definitely going to talk about, which is the cold storage, right? But at the same time, we are sure we can have a possibility of talking about the ref trucks. There is a possibility of the centralized air conditioning in the plant. There is additional possibility of deep freezers or portable refrigerators with them, not just the cold storages. So try and see what other opportunities can be there. So when we are talking and meeting to the customer, we can elaborate more about the opportunities and solutions that we can provide. So check the possibility of a horizontal and vertical coverage in that particular prospect. That's what I meant. Prospecting, he or she, the inside sales or the outside sales, whomsoever, should be able to make cold calls. Now this cold calls, I'm not sure probably why the word cold call has come in. Maybe when you have to talk to a new person, your feet or hands go cold. Maybe that's the reason it's called a cold call. You should be very easy in making cold calls, and if you have done the right prospecting of the customer, it should not be very difficult for you to make a cold call. And always there is a probability, if you have done a good prospecting, a cold call can very easily be made into a warm or a hot call with a question at the end. So do you think that my solution makes sense to you, and should I offer to you a solution? That creates more opportunities for you, more sales for you. The most important part in sales is having a positive attitude. A positive attitude about believing in yourself. So if you have to make a cold call, talk to a customer for the first time, talk about a product for the first time, believe in yourself that yes, I can do it. Remove the T from it and see that you do it. Positive attitude always gives you more strength. It makes you more optimistic. It gives you more self-confidence. It gives you, self-confidence and overconfidence. Most of the people do ask us a lot of questions related to, what is the line between self-confidence and overconfidence. Self-confidence is all about knowing yourself, your product, your customer's application, and so on. Overconfidence is overriding your customer and speaking more about your things than listening to them. So that's the reason the self-belief is more important. Don't cross the boundary and go on to the customer side. Let him speak. Okay, that gives more power to you in this. So with this, these are okay. Many people, think that there are many more things. Yes, there are a lot of things that a salesperson can do, needs to do. But these are something which are 10 skills that a salesperson should always take care, because these are your stepping stones. So always, yes, I can do it. Believe in yourself. Where are my customers for the products I am handling? So your prospecting is something very important. Communicate well with them, qualify and pitch your right solution to your customer. Mind you, you're not selling a product. Try and sell a solution to your customer, because that's what he has come in the market to find. Present your company, brand, and product very well. Now, many of us sitting over here are either distributors of a particular company, or we are, salesperson of a company. I personally feel that you are a brand ambassador of the product or the company in which you are working. So you are the front face of your product. You are the front face of your principal. You are the front face of your company. So you are the Shah Rukh Khan of your company. No matter you are selling a machine and not a deodorant on TV, but you are the king over there. Understand the financial part, the budget, the customers, the budget of the customers. If you need to know the terms of sales that they're expecting, try to understand this when you are doing your prospecting. Collect maximum information during the meeting, and also other departments. Be curious, get more information. Research about your customer, their applications, bring in references which the customers give, like to understand that where all you have given solution, and that builds his confidence on you as a salesperson and your company. Plan your work well so that you are in time. Do not overcommit and come under pressure. Most of the times as a salesperson, we have a habit to get the order. Sir, ye de denge, sir, ye kar denge, ye material bhi laake rakh denge, mere MD bhi aa jayenge. You will eventually come under pressure. So don't overcommit. Know your limits. Be well within your limits so you don't come under pressure at any point in time. Every time I had a manager, a colleague of mine, who always used to say, Vimal, it's always better to undercommit and over-deliver rather than overcommitting and under-delivering. That gives a wrong impression about you as a salesperson first, and number two, your company. So always undercommit, over-deliver. Have a good collaboration with your internal and external customers, because if you are, most of us are into projects, most of us are into, selling products. Create the importance of your customers internally, that yes, this is an important customer and I need to deliver in time and I need your support for the production and so on and so forth. At the same time, you may have a lot of load and there would be problems. So you should be immediately communicating with your customers that this would be the stipulated date time, and I will try to get you with the product in that time. Be the best version of yourself. Sales is all about, first and foremost, believing in yourself. So be the best version of yourself. Get the best sales done and be the best salesperson. Thank you very much. That was all about the 10 points about sales, the 10 best points about the sales, and that's where we are.
Thank you, Vimalji. Thank you for a very, very wonderful and valuable tips that you have given us. In fact, it was a countdown from 10 to 1. We were thinking, what is number 2? What is number 1? So we were excited about it. It was really a very wonderful session, sir. We have gathered a couple of questions, Vimalji, and Dilipji wants to know, how much does a better product help you in your sales? You have been working with a great product, and definitely you may be the best person to give us the answer about this question, sir. Answer for this question, sir.
Uh, okay, there are two things in it. Number one, there is a brand name which works. When we talk about customer psychology, there are two parts which works. One is the brand name which works. So most of the times the customers go with a particular brand in their brain, that yes, I want a particular brand. But more than that, I say, as I mentioned, that the brand ambassador works over here. And if you have a product which has got excellent features, and definitely it is giving the right app solution to your customer in the right way, the product with the best features, rather the best solutions for your customer, plays a very important and vital role. Many times we get, we link the brand, the features, and the price together. But to my experience, whatever I have known is, the more you give the solution, आपने उसका प्रॉब्लम जितना सॉल्व किया, आप उतना कम नेगोशिएशन करेंगे, आप प्राइस पे कम डिस्कशन होगा. Now let us take a very simple example of even a consumer product like a washing machine. Okay, if you go to Chroma or any other mall or any other shop, and there is a good salesperson, he would ask you a particular question, and then he would also put in certain problems. Like I was just in a store lately, and he asked a few questions, and then he linked a few points also with you have senior citizens, you have kids in the house, ma'am, why don't you go with a washing machine which has an inbuilt heating system, so you don't need to have warm water, it would steam it up and all those things, and you have clothes which are bacteria free. Okay, and that click, because people are right now worried with the situation in the place. So these things definitely work, the technical part. So knowing your customer's problem and giving a solution works perfect.
Yeah, bang on. Probably that's what you said earlier as well, that you need to sell a solution than a product.
Absolutely.
I have one more question, sir. Now, usually in the marketing field, usually in the sales process, negotiation is also a big part of sales, as usually it drills down to the price. So, what do you feel about the L1 or the lowest bidder concept in the market nowadays, sir?
It's good and bad in both the ways. Okay, as customer wants to have the most economic things and the best things, but as I mentioned, that both the things normally don't go hand in hand. If he's buying something cheap, I'm dead sure that he's losing a lot of functions, features that would be needed to him. So L1 functionality, as far as the government business is concerned, I don't really like it, because many a times there are people who say lies, and they put in a lot of functions. We'll do this also, we'll do this also, we'll do this also. They overcome it and under deliver. But unfortunately, in the tenders till past, there were no clause that if you fail into certain deliverables, okay, you will be penalized. Just to give you an example, I was just listening to this a speech of Mr. Nitin Gadkari. Okay, and now in most of the road tenders, there is a very specific clause about maintenance and life of the road for at least 3 years. If anything goes wrong, okay, he has to mend it free of cost. So then the people have started getting the right pricing over there. Otherwise, previously, to get a particular tender, they used to give any cheap price, and they had no fear. So things are changing as far as the L1 is concerned. It is good and bad, but yeah. But in tender, in government tenders, to be very specific, I'm very much of the opinion, the person who, if he has qualified the lead very well and he has put in his solutions, I'm sure he gets his specifications over there, and it's difficult for others to get L1 in that case. if it's your specs.
Yeah, well, it was a very explanatory answer from you, sir. Thank you again. Thank you, Vimal ji, for a very, very wonderful session that you have given us. You have given us great knowledge about marketing. And in fact, we all treat fraternity perhaps are Rambos in our own organization. But today's session definitely shall bring some more shine within us and give us an edge to convert those missed opportunities to increase our strike rates. It was pleasure
Sure.
hosting you today.
Right.
Thank you,
It was a
Vimalji.
pleasure also for me. I think there is one question also from Mr. Sumit.
Yeah,
If a customer is having a severe price constraint and if my product price is not as per the customer's expectation and more than his expected price, should we need to take the order or lose the order? Sumitji, excellent question, and this happens most of the times because the customer's budget is taken before he makes the specifications or his needs. Okay, and that is where we land up into such a situation. There are two possibilities. Number one, if he has a limited budget and if you have an option, a lower product option, you can give them a lower product option with a lesser features. In my case, what we normally do is we check the budget of the customer. We ask him if there is a probability that there are certain things that he can buy as accessories and certain thing as the main instrument, and we try to find out solution. For example, we sold a flue gas analyzer a few years back to IIT Kharagpur, and we have the flue gas analyzer in 3 parts. So, and he had a limited budget which he could execute. So we split the product into 3 parts, and then he bought 3 things separately, but although it was one product. So we split the product into 3 parts and gave him the right solution. So we need to get a solution to it. If the customer likes your product, he likes your solution, you need to give him solution. He'll work out for your solution, that is for sure. If he likes your product, he will find a solution for sure.
Yes, definitely, sir. So solution, selling the solution is more important.
Absolutely. क्योंकि प्रोडक्ट हर कोई बेचता है, हर कोई प्रोडक्ट बेचता है. एनीमोमीटर हर एक जन बेचता है, लेकिन अगर मैं कहूँ मैं आपको CFM मीटर देता हूँ और मैं आपको उसके साथ एवरेजिंग फंक्शन और मेमोरी देता हूँ जो आपके 5 प्रॉब्लम्स है उसको सॉल्व कर देगा. कल आपको ऑडिटर को फेस करना है, मैं आपको रिपोर्ट डायरेक्ट देता हूँ जो शायद ऐप से डायरेक्टली PDF में बनता है, कोई एडिटिंग नहीं है, तो probably he'll say yes, I am facing problems with the auditors in pharma, let me go with a function like this. So that's the solution.
Definitely, sir. Thank you again, sir. Thank you again for giving us a very wonderful tips, and it was pleasure hosting you today, sir. And for all the viewers, I would like to appeal to further strengthen the data by joining the group and contributing to the refrigeration and air conditioning trade to achieve common goals. You can join RATA by logging into www.rataindia.com and registering yourselves. Thanks and good night. Good day, sorry.
Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend ahead, guys, and join RATA. You have a lot of information over here. Have a great day. Bye.